MM2H visa is renewable indefinitely as long as you meet the requirements: property, fixed deposit, and minimum stay. The rules are also grandfathered in, meaning even if the rules change over time, it will not affect you. Based on the contract that you signed, only those rules will apply to you. So here's a step-by-step guide on how to apply for your MM2H visa. I'm also going to share some common mistakes and tips that many people overlook. Let's get into it. Before you apply, make sure you are eligible. There are 4 tiers: Silver, Gold, Platinum, and the SEZ Pass. For Silver, there's a $150,000 fixed deposit. For Gold is $500,000. For Platinum is $1 million. There's a fixed property purchase price or a minimum property purchase price for each tier: 600,000 ringgit for Silver, 1 million for Gold, and 2 million ringgit for Platinum. Then there's the SEZ Pass with a very minimum fixed deposit of 65,000 USD or 32,000 US dollars fixed deposit if you're above 50, with a minimum property purchase price of about 500,000 ringgit in Forest City. You guys don't have to screenshot this. It's my free Malaysia visa cheat sheet. You can download it in the link below. It will help you quickly decide which visa is best for you. It's a page out of my relocation guide. So there's 3 things I want to highlight out of the 4 tiers here. Only Platinum visa allows you to work. All the other visas does not. The SEZ visa is the cheapest and requires you to buy a property in Forest City, but with no minimum property purchase price. It's about 500,000 ringgit, the cheapest unit. The third one is no offshore income is required. Previously there was, but now there isn't. Now 50% of your fixed deposit can be withdrawn after buying the property, right? The keyword here is after buying the property. So now, once you pick your tier, here's what you need to do. The first step, of course, is to get your documents in order. You'll need things like a police clearance letter, basically a letter of no criminal record, marriage certificate if your spouse is applying together as well, birth certificates, and passports with at least 2 years validity. And these can't just be printed and sent. Everything has to be certified by the Malaysian embassy either in your country or here. Now, that's step alone can take a few weeks depending on where you're from. Once your documents are ready, scan and email them over to your licensed MM2H agent. Then you courier the originals. Now your agent or my team, if you're working with us, will give you a full checklist so you don't miss out on anything. I know there's a lot of scams going after MM2H applicants where you pay the deposit but you don't hear from the agents again. Now this is really sad. But if you guys are unsure of which agency to approach, just email me your name, country you're from, which tier you're interested in, and how many dependents you have. My MM2H team will get back to you within 24 hours. Our MM2H agents are official and licensed. And I am also a licensed real estate agent in Malaysia, because apparently a lot of you guys didn't know that. Now, after you courier the documents, the agency will collect a 20% deposit for the full application cost. Then they will submit your file to the government, specifically to the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, MOTAC. This is where the waiting game begins. The approval process takes between 2 to 3 months on average, but sometimes can go up to 5 months. So once it's approved, you'll get an official letter. Then you have 90 days to collect your visa. But don't wait till the last day. Collect it within the first 60 days. It takes like a few days just to complete the whole process. So before collecting your visa, you need to visit Malaysia. Main applicant and all dependents need to be present in Malaysia. So you're going to open a Malaysian bank account and deposit your fixed deposit in USD or MYR. Then all of you need to do a health screening and get medical insurance from a local Malaysian provider. But this is only if you're below 60 years old. If you're above 60, you don't have to buy medical insurance. And if you're bringing a child aged 21 to 34, they'll also need a statutory declaration that they are single and proof that they are not working in Malaysia. Because once they are married or they are working in Malaysia, they can't be under the MM2H visa. So all of this will be done at the Commissioner of Oaths in Malaysia. Don't worry, the agents will assist you on all of this. this. Next, your agent will collect the final professional fee, and this would cover everything else, including visa fee, medical checkup, insurance, security bond, processing fee, and all other types of fee. They are all included in that one package. They'll then handle the passport endorsement at the MM2H Center in Putrajaya. Once that's done, you'll get your passports back, now with your shiny new visa inside. But that's not all. There's still one more important step. Which city do I move to? Which neighborhood is best for me and my family? And what is the cost of living in these cities? Well, I've made over 100 videos explaining every part of the journey, but to save you time, I've compiled all of it into one book, my Ultimate Malaysia Relocation Guide. Over 90 pages talking about visa types, best neighborhoods and cities, cost of living, top hospitals and schools, as well as a perfect 10-day itinerary for each city. This is a small price to pay for a huge convenience and to avoid making costly mistakes. Link is in the description, or just scan this QR code on screen. So the most important step, after your visa is issued, you have 12 months to submit proof of your property purchase. That means a signed sales and purchase agreement, invoices and receipts for the property. The property must meet the minimum price requirement based on your tier. For example, if you're silver tier, the property price must be more than 600,000 ringgit. Now, if you don't buy a qualifying property and submit proof within 12 months, your visa may get cancelled. See, the process of buying a property may take as long as 6 months to finalize. Right? So as soon as you get your approval, or at the same time that you are applying for the visa, start looking for property. You don't want to submit the sales and purchase agreement late. Now, if you already own a property, you can use it only if it's under your name or the main applicant's name for MM2H, and it meets the minimum price, 600,000 for silver, 1 million for gold, and 2 million ringgit for platinum. Now, if the SPA is dated more than 2 years ago, you lose the ability to withdraw 50% of your fixed deposit. Only if the property is dated or bought within 2 years of applying for MM2H, then you get the opportunity to withdraw 50% of your fixed deposit. Here are some common mistakes and some tips. Number one is using the wrong format for documents, not translating non-English documents, and not having your documents certified. Now, this is mostly an agent problem. You're supposed to check all these documents before submitting. Hence, to make your application process smooth, go with an experienced MM2H agent. Another mistake is assuming you can work with silver or gold tier, or even the SEZ tier. Well, basically, bottom line is you can't. Only platinum tier allows you to work. Another mistake is waiting too long to buy a property after approval. With the 12-month window, it looks like it's a long time. It feels like it's very far away, but trust me, the property buying process takes time. You need to submit the signed sales and purchase agreement to the government within 12 months, not pay the booking within that 12 months. Now, here are some tips that many people overlook and get confused with. MM2H visa is renewable every 5 years. Renewal is straightforward, requiring only passports, medical reports, and medical insurance if you're under 60 years old. And the agency will take care of everything for you. There's an indefinite stay. The visa enables participants to stay in Malaysia for as long as they meet the requirements. Just renew it every 5 years. Funds brought into Malaysia by visa holders are not subject to taxation. So basically, any foreign sourced income not earned in Malaysia will not be taxed. And if the main applicant passes away, the next of kin under its MM2H application, basically the dependents, can take over as the primary visa holder. So you don't have to apply for a new visa all over again. And last but not least is the requirements are grandfathered in. So the new rules and requirements won't apply to you. If you're not sure which MM2H tier fits your situation best, what property qualifies, or how to even begin, don't stress about it. This is exactly what I help people with. To help you avoid making big mistakes, I offer a one-on-one consultation where we build a complete relocation roadmap together. I do this because I've seen too many people making mistakes when relocating here. The thing is, you won't know until it's too late. If you want to get started, the link is in the description. And by popular request, I'm finally offering a full private KL relocation tour. It's a complete hands-on package designed for those who are going to move to Malaysia soon. You need to know where you want to live, which properties are good, good, which neighborhoods are good, you want to know every single thing about it, that's what I offer. I'll bring you guys on a personalized tour with me to check out properties, neighborhoods, and even the entire area in KL. You'll get the real local perspective, from traffic to schools to hidden gems. And because it's so hands-on, I'm only taking one client per month. That's it. And because you guys stayed till the end, drop me a text on WhatsApp if you want a list of properties that I recommend, whether for your own stay or investment. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.